I'm Hann, and this is the Sunova expedition. I've been a wilderness and ocean guide for the last 25 years here on the British Columbia coastline. 15 of those years, I've been a stand-up paddleboard expedition leader. I've run my own business, Hann Expeditions, and I'm also a Paddle Canada stand-up paddleboard instructor trainer. So I've been using this board for probably the last 10 years. Whether you're just out for a day trip or a day tour and wanting a board that paddles well and feels really good underfoot, or if you're planning that big multi-day expedition and want to fully load this board up and take it into some of the most challenging conditions, you can do that as well. A really wide range of people are paddling this expedition board. Really happy when Sunova reached out and wanted to chat with me about designing sort of a performance touring board, expedition board that was going to be able to carry a lot of gear and to be able to do multi-day trips. So we kept this board pretty simple in its design. Sunova already does an amazing job building their boards initially out of balsa wood. Most of their boards now are built out of this beautiful paulownia wood. So they really have great attention to detail and they build a really great board. So I was already partnering with a company that did a great job in its product line. I wanted to add a few different features that was really going to help us or help people on multi-day paddleboarding trips. One of the things we looked at was the overall design. So this board comes in 5 different lengths and widths. This one here is the 14 foot by 28.5 inches wide. What I like about this expedition board is that they build this board with parallel rails. So what that allows this board to do is you can paddle it at a narrower width, but still have the same stability. This board is rock solid out in really challenging conditions. So this is a 14 by 28.5. We do a 14 by 27. It's going to be a little bit faster, a little bit more efficient. And then we also do a 14 by 30 inches wide. So if you're a bigger paddler, that 14 by 30 might do well, or if you're carrying a lot of gear, that can help there as well. So 3 sizes in the 14. Then we also do a 12.6 by 28.5 wide, and we do a 12.6 by 30 wide in this board. We want a little bit more volume up in the nose, so it's got a rocker profile on it that allows this board to handle well in rougher conditions. You can surf this board really well, but it's got volume in the nose. On some of the newer boards in the last couple of years, we've added the handles. That's been really beneficial to have a handle at the front. We've got a handle in the middle, carry handle. We've got a handle on the tail. So when this board is fully loaded, if you're in a buddy system paddling and you get to the shoreline, you can lift this board up from the tail. Really durable plugs in that, so no worries about any issues with that. One can be on the tail, one can be at the front, and you can carry this board fully loaded. The other thing that I was really adamant about was making sure that we had enough attachment points on this board. So you can actually see we've got 3 attachment points on the front, so 6 total. And then we've got 6 total with a couple of extras at the back. So 8 at the back, 6 at the front. But the way I rigged this board up, I actually use this handle as an attachment point, and it's a super secure attachment point. So you can set your bungee cord up a variety of different ways. Lots of attachment points depending how much gear you're carrying and where you're paddling. This board, I think, can be used by a variety of people. We wanted to design it so it wasn't super specific just for multi-day paddleboarding trips. The other feature that I love about this board is it's a flat deck. And so I love the ability to be able to move my feet around easily just for fun or just for the changing conditions that you may have on an ocean and lake. So having that flat deck is a real benefit. And I think that allows a lot of people to paddle this board efficiently. So if you're the first timer looking to go out and just explore your local lake and start learning the sport, or if you're that seasoned veteran who's looking to do a big multi-day paddleboarding trip, I think this board can perform well in all of those circumstances. So the other feature that you'll see on this board is the fin box. So you can put any single fin in it. It does come with a touring fin, but this fin box is actually moved forward a little bit on this board, and what that does is it makes the board a little bit more reactive and a little bit more dynamic. And you're going to see that benefit when you get into more challenging ocean conditions, or if you're in a river situation, a big river, and you're using this touring, multi-days on a river. It's nice to have that responsiveness with that fin being moved up a little bit. Sort of exclusive to Sunova Surfboards is how they build their boards, and all of their boards are built out of this paulownia wood. So the paulownia wood is like an eco wood. It's a crop wood found in Thailand, so it grows quite quickly. You'll also see the same wood used for the core of skis. So it's a very strong wood, it's a very light wood, and it feels amazing when you're paddling it on the water. It's very responsive and really dampens a lot of that feel that you have when you're on the water. That Polonia wood is wrapped around a foam core and providing, again, good stiff construction, really well built. They take a lot of pride in their construction at the factory, building these boards, whether it's this touring board, their race boards, or some of the paddle surfboards that they have. So one thing I'm really proud about this board is the expedition logo that I have on it. I call it the Steersman logo. So Bo Smith, who's a Gitxsan artist from northern British Columbia, we've got the Raven, and here in coastal BC, the Raven is known as the creator of the world. The Raven brought light to the world. He's known as the trickster, a very prominent creature and spirit animal here in coastal BC and with our First Nations. I'm also adopted into the Raven clan of the Gitgat people, and I was given the name Ta'am Lan, which means steersman of the canoe. And so you can see the traditional canoe paddle in the middle. That represents my name, my Raven name. It also represents stand-up paddleboarding in the ocean. And then finally, on the right-hand side of this crest, we've got the Great Bear. So one of my favorite places on the British Columbia coastline is the Great Bear Rainforest. The very first paddleboard expedition I did back in 2009 was in the Great Bear Rainforest. It's a very special area that I've, tried to help protect through our Stand Up for Great Bear film and our Stand film, trying to bring awareness to the threat of oil tankers in the Great Bear Rainforest. Big thanks to Bo Smith for designing this logo for me. I'm really proud to have it on this board, and always proud when I see somebody else who's bought this board and has this logo, representing this logo wherever they're paddling. So although this board has been out for a number of years and clients have already been paddling this board, I've been really excited to work with Sunova. I'm really proud of this board with the Eco Polonia wood that we use, having Bo Smith's Steersman logo on here. I think it's just a really fun board to paddle. It doesn't matter if you're paddling lakes and rivers or if you're doing big multi-day trips on the ocean. I think it really works for a wide range of people, and I think you're just going to love the experience that you have paddling this board.